when it finally dawned on us that the person in the guest room wasn't in fact our daughter, but some random he'd brought home from the nightclub.
Okay. We weren't educated that much, though.
I remember the drawing of the fallopian tubes. It looks a bit like a ram's head, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
What is lovely about that story is that flask could have fully brained your mum when it fell out of the cupboard. And you don't think that when you're 15 or whatever. You just like, oh, that'll be good. I won't get in trouble. Hello, Claire Hamilton.
Hello, Sarah Cox.
Hello, lovely people. It's Teen Commandments. Your turn. Do a trumpet.
Oh.
Well, no, we'll have that though. Lovely. That's Claire Hamilton. This is Sarah Cox, and it's the show, of course, where we try to untangle the often extraordinary brains of our teenagers. This is your turn where we read all your excellent emails. Keep them coming in. hello@teencommandments.co.uk. Did you like how my voice went suddenly a bit smoother there, Claire?
Wow.
It's
like a bit of late night listening.
Yes, it's the beef stick that's done it. Me and Claire have had a beef stick.
Eaten a beef stick. I think you might need to add that.
Oh, yeah, we've eaten a beef stick. Yeah. It's not another sex toy we're recommending. It's pure grass-fed beef. Oh, and it's really pepped us up, hasn't it?
It has, yes.
Very quickly, it's Emma Barnett, who's one of my absolute icons, a broadcasting hero in my eyes. She pulls MPs over the coals on the Today programme on Radio 4. She's a real badass. And she went on a podcast. There's not that many good podcasts out there. Don't bother with any of them. Just listen to Teen Commandments. But
I didn't know there were any others.
No, there's no others. I happened to catch her on this food podcast, and she was talking about her routine when she's getting up at 3:30 to do the Today programme, because they have to do loads of work before they're on air. And she eats these beef sticks.
Wow.
I know.
Just for a little bit of energy and protein and goodness.
She has like a hard-boiled egg and a beef stick and all sorts. Amazing. So, yeah, I was like, I'm getting me and Claire some of them beef sticks. And the rest
exciting.
Is history.
Yeah.
So thanks for your stories. We absolutely love getting them. And let's face it, we couldn't do this episode without them. So thanks for providing all the excellent content. You're always welcome to share your stories from whatever side you are emailing from, whether you're in the depths of parenting teenagers, maybe your teens are grown up and you've got some excellent stories, and equally, if you've got tales of your own teenage misbehaviour, we love them too. And also, get this, we have loads of listeners who don't have any kids.
Yes.
And don't actually like kids. And real talk, I don't really like kids. And I've got 3 of them.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I really love mine, and yours are gorgeous. So a select few I love.
I'm beginning to like my kids a lot more than I have done over the years.
Yeah, you'll know. You're getting keen on them again.
The feeling's mutual a little bit. You know, we're coming out the other side of the murky waters.
As ever, send us your stories. Thank you. Okay, where should we start?
Shall I go first?
Yes.
I'm going to go first with Claire with an I.
Hi.
She says, hi, ladies. I have a 21-year-old boy. Same. And a 16-year-old girl. So I feel your pain and relate to everything you have said. And I have a story for you.
Ooh.
Get comfy. When my daughter started her period, she was about 12. Obviously, she had learnt about them at school and we had talked about it. Unlike when I was young, my mum didn't really tell me much about it, and I wanted to be really open and cool as a hip and trendy mum.
Note to Claire, don't ever say hip and trendy because it immediately exposes one as not very hip and trendy.
Charming. When she got her first one, she was uncomfortable and upset, asking why girls have to have them.
I know, it's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a real bummer.
Yeah, like, what is this?
Sorry, it's grim and it's yucky and
it's awful.
And it doesn't feel very nice.
Although I do remember my daughter's, it was 2 days of roaring like she was in labour upstairs, like, right.
You're like, enough.
Can't do this every month, babe. I tried to explain in a simple way that there is a positive to having them, as an egg is released and then the blood takes it away. But that egg one day means you can have a baby. Nice. Nicely said.
Yes.
Anyway, when she had her first period, I was really attentive and constantly checking that she was okay, giving her Calpol and a hot water bottle. I did that for about half an hour.
You went out.
Yeah, I was like, see you tomorrow.
Your daughter's like, is that mum's car starting on the drive? Hi.
I thought quite proudly that I'd smashed this and getting her through this milestone in her life, and I was being a great mum.
Excellent.
Until a few days later we were chatting and she said to me, I am a bit worried as the egg hasn't come out yet.
Oh, right, okay.
Was she expecting a proper egg?
A little doink moment. Oh, no. Should have kept checking, wouldn't she? Like, no egg. Don't know what is going on here.
Oh, is that the egg? No.
It is quite confusing, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
where do the eggs? What is the egg? Is the egg just so tiny? It's so tiny, isn't it, that you wouldn't know that it had gone anywhere?
I think so.
51.
We weren't educated that much, though, were we? I mean, I can remember a drawing.
I remember the drawing of the fallopian tubes. It looks a bit like a ram's head, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
That's it. The rest. We
got a kind of chopped in half view of the man, didn't we? Yeah, kind of like where his tube was.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's it. 51. We still don't quite know what's going on inside there, really. But we do know for sure that an actual big egg doesn't pop out. So fine. Claire, beautiful. Thank you very much. Alice has been on. She says, absolutely loving the pod. Thanks, Alice. We love doing it. She says, thought I'd share a recent story with you involving my 18-year-old son. He's currently in his first year at uni, and when he came home after the first few weeks away, he went out in town, some 8 miles away from our sleepy little Yorkshire village. I heard him arrive home and start rattling around the kitchen at 3 a.m. You get that a lot with your boy, didn't you? You're like, okay, he's home, he's making some food. Like a bear has got into your kitchen, basically.
But it gives you comfort, even though they're destroying the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Alice says. She says, relieved that he was safely home, I drifted back off to sleep. That wasn't until there was a sudden, very loud and very urgent hammering on the front door at 4 a.m. My husband and I leapt out of bed all confused and ran to the top of the stairs. I could see our son in his jeans and bare torso answering the door and talking urgently to someone. At the same time, through the window, we could see a man walking down the driveway of our 80-year-old neighbour who lives on her own. There was also a taxi hovering in the road outside our house. What on earth was going on? Amongst all this confusion, I noticed a light on in our guest bedroom, and I was just about to go in and switch it off when I noticed my 16-year-old daughter asleep and half naked in the bed. A bit odd, I thought, but she does sometimes try sleeping in there if she can't get to sleep in her own bed, so I returned to the commotion at hand. My son shut the front door and came up the stairs to deal with us, his very alarmed parents. He was very drunk. It took a while for us to make sense of the situation, but our confusion turned into mild hysteria when it finally dawned on us that the person in the guest room wasn't in fact our daughter, but some random he'd brought home from the nightclub.
Okay.
The girl had apparently not told her friends where she was going, and they had ended up looking to see where she was on Life 360. Seeing that she was 8 miles away from town in a random little village and unable to reach her on the phone because reception is crap where we live, they had panicked that she was clearly being murdered, so they got in a taxi to go and try and find her. Can I just say, excellent work, friends.
Yes.
This is brilliant, isn't it?
This is amazing that they've actually set to work to find her.
These are the sort of friends that our teenagers need. This is fantastic. So well done to them. So they go off to try and find her, but they couldn't tell exactly which house she was in because they're looking on the app. So they knocked very loudly on all of our neighbours' doors at 4 a.m. before finally finding her at ours.
They must have been in a right panic, mustn't they?
And how brilliant. That's a lot of effort. They probably had a few drinks themselves, but they're like, no, we're not leaving her. We can't get hold of her.
Yeah.
They all jumped in a cab. It's so brilliant. My poor son was left trying to placate the drunk. Oh, yeah, they had trying to placate the drunk, angry friends and his own hysterical parents and the girl in question, who was discreetly ushered out to the waiting taxi. My son then had to do the walk of shame through the village the next morning and apologise to all the neighbours, knocking on, sorry about that, there was some confusion.
That's brilliant.
Yay for that app.
Oh, wow.
And yay, and well done to all the friends. How brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
You hear so many horror stories, don't you, in the news of just, men, drink spiking, men taking young girls, vulnerable girls off. And, brilliant that these
because
friends...
sometimes it's really hard to imagine your own child like that, but they do get in some serious states, don't they? When they go out and binge drink and don't realise what they're doing. My friend actually took a girl home once. She saw her on the side of the road and she was slumped over and she just dropped her own daughter off and she got her into the car because she was just so out of it. And the girl woke up so frightened the next day and she had to really calm her down and say...
Where did she take her? Back to her house?
Back to hers and just...
Because she was passed out in the street.
Almost
did she know
gone.
This girl?
No. No, she just
it's really good.
It's
the girl
brave.
Must have been like, what the fuck?
She was like, but she's still in touch with her now.
Oh, no way, really?
The mum was like, because she woke up She could have been anywhere. Can you imagine?
It's like Misery, isn't it? With
I know.
Kathy Bates, I'm your number one fan. But luckily it turned out
all right.
Yeah, because God knows, don't want to think what might have happened to her left on the street.
I'm not encouraging collecting teenage girls off the street. And
No,
that's not really a dumb thing.
Don't collect random teenagers and take them home, but good on your friend.
Yeah,
you've got to be brave to do that. That'd be like bringing home like a little wild raccoon or something and just leaving it in your spare room.
Oh my God, what when it comes around. But I guess it reminded her of her own daughter, and she's like, God, I would want someone to do this if that was my child.
Excellent story, and welcome to your boy as well, Alice, for going
Brilliant story.
Apologising to all the neighbours. And also sounds nice, sleepy little Yorkshire village.
Ah, you wanting to move into a little
I'd love to be in a little sleepy, on a little farm in a little sleepy
village. I knew the
village
farm thing was going to come into it.
I know, one day, babe. You can come round and sweep up like you did when we had that party and I made you sweep the lawn around the tortoises.
You knocked on.
You know when I was gardening the other week and I sent you that picture, I'm like, miss you, wish you were here. And then
as you were sweeping up.
I was like, you could have been sweeping up. I'm outside in my gardening gloves.
I thought I'd come down for a lovely wine tasting event and you're like, right, here's your list of jobs.
Go and sweep up around the tortoises. Okay,
so Denise has been on. She says, hi, Sara and Clare. I recently went upstairs at bedtime to say goodnight to my 13-year-old, and his covers were pulled up to his ears, which would usually go unnoticed. I only get to kiss the crown of his head these days anyway.
Sad.
Oh, but I saw a little glint of a white collar.
Oh.
I told him to pull the covers down, which took some convincing. And then he did, and I remarked, you've got your school uniform on. He looked down at his torso and with no hint of sarcasm or humour said, oh yeah, that's weird.
Brilliant.
He later revealed that he was trying to save 10 minutes of morning snoozing time by sleeping in his school uniform.
Very
Genius.
clever.
Yeah. This is great. She also says, love you ladies. I hardly ever see my bezies anymore, so it's lovely you're in my ears.
There you go. You're an honorary bezie there, Denise.
Yay.
Thank you. And what a bright boy you've got there doing that.
I might try that.
Quite
we
clever,
do
really.
it with our hair, don't we? We do it night before.
Yeah, true.
So it's ready.
Oh, yeah, slept in 2 socks last night.
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
To make my hair all curly. Although one's quite curly on one side and quite straight on the other, so it just looks like I've had a very bad haircut. What a bright boy you've got, Denise. Well done.
Yeah.
Now, on to Ashley, who says, hello, having heard the windscreen and bowl confessions, I feel it's time to clear my conscience. Is the windscreen the one with your daughter pushing the windscreen through?
Oh, gosh, yeah. I've forgotten about that.
That's from yonks ago,
wow, that is one of the very early ones,
where
isn't
she
it?
had her feet up. And we did get a lot of response to that at the time, didn't we? Going, you shouldn't have your feet up on the dash. And so you shouldn't let your kids really put your feet up on the dash because if there's an airbag, it ain't great. But this was yonks and yonks ago, wasn't it? She stretched her legs out.
No, she was in a mood.
She was in a mood?
Yeah, do you remember she was raging and she pushed dead hard and then the windscreen went crack. And then she kind of put her legs down. She's like, I didn't mean to do that.
It was brilliant.
It was during our time of
when you were in the
tumultuous.
The tumultuous years. So the moral of the tale is don't let your kids put the feet up on the dashboard because it can be bad for your window and for them. Bowl confessions must have been the one with the maggots. Do you think from your turn?
Oh,
that woman who tried to put maggots in the bowls in her daughter's room, but tripped over on the way into the room and threw maggots everywhere. Essentially. Anyway, so sorry, Ashley says it. I feel it's time to clear my conscience. During the hot and sweaty summer of 1988, my best pal Jill and I decided to embark on an adventure, a walk to the next estate. Oh, here we go.
I love going next estate.
Yeah, go. So it's like round there. Ooh, it's kind of identical. Thinking we'd go thirsty on this half-hour walk, I decided to pack my mum's brand new thermos flask filled with squash. Walking along the dusty road, I took the flask out of my backpack where it slipped from my hands and crashed to the ground, smashing the internal glass into tiny pieces. No, she says, with lots of O's. I knew I was going to be in for it if I told my mum what had happened, so I came up with a cunning plan. Upon returning home, I emptied the squash down the sink, rinsed everything out and screwed the lid and cup back on with all the glass still inside the flask. I then placed it back on the high shelf in the cupboard, which conveniently had 2 doors. So I carefully leaned the flask against one of the doors and closed the other. Several hours later, I was in my bedroom upstairs when my mum was cooking tea. She opened the cupboard door where the flask promptly fell and smashed as it hit the ground. My mum screamed, "Fuck!" And I immediately knew I had gotten away with it. To this day, I've never confessed this to my mum, but I feel so much better now. Thanks for confessing, Ashley. What is lovely about that story is that flask could have fully brained your mum when it fell out of the cupboard. And you don't think that when you're 15 or whatever. You just like, oh, that'll be good. I won't get in trouble. Could have really hit her, couldn't it?
Wouldn't have mattered if you kept yourself out of trouble. It'd have been worth it.
That's all that matters. Well, thanks so much for your excellent stories. As ever, hello@teencommandments.co.uk. Send us, please, your stories from parenting teenagers or your own misadventures during your teenage years. We love them all. Also, go and have a look at Facebook. We're there as well. You can watch us on YouTube and you can find us on Instagram and TikTok.
Wow.
The Teen Commandments.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. You can't escape us. And I'm fully enjoying just how much I am mortifying various members of my family. Although, to be fair, the kids are just a bit eye-rolly at me now. They're like, oh, God, they're just so used to be knobbing about on socials. We're doing all sorts of trends, aren't we?
It's amazing.
What about the squirrel in the butt? If you've not followed us on Instagram, there's some squirrels in my butt. There's squirrels in my butt. That's Claire. I've managed to magic her to the size basically of a Coca-Cola bottle, and she's in my hand, dancing in my hand. It's all done with some sort of camera trickery to varying degrees of success.
Yes.
But it looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's loads of good stuff.
I'm always out of breath after our
I'm not surprised you were jumping about like a crazy goat. If you'd like to go to Instagram, you can go and have a look at all that stuff. Leave little comments as well. You can join in with the show on Insta as well. We love it all. Do share these episodes. That is super helpful. If you're on a WhatsApp group with some other mums or some, good mates from work who would appreciate the kind of content we have on the podcast, maybe don't send it to your local vicar, but otherwise go for it. Do share these eps. It helps us to keep doing this lovely pod that we love so much. We hope you have a lovely few days. We'll be back on Monday with our main episode. And Claire, I will see you then. Love you.
Love you.
Bye. Bye. Bye, fabulous people. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.